Shalom. The harvest is ripe. The harvest is ripe. The Lord is the true grim reaper. The Lord is the true grim reaper. And with that, I would like to say, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach Kodash. The water Yahweh for giving us Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai in them. Double honors to the Connecticut elders of GMS, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world who are prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad. Shalom to the Akim and Akwath. I'm your Ikwap. And yeah, Kun. So, as the title, like I said, as the title says, the harvest is ripe, and the Lord is the true grim reaper. So with this show, basically I'm going to go into the proof of why the Lord is the grim reaper, but more so is why this show is relevant, because we're in the feast of we're in the memorial of blowing the trumpets as we speak. You know, tonight when the sun goes down will be the end of the Sabbath, which is the memorial of blowing the trumpets, which is really the seventh day, the seventh month on the seventh day. All right, so technically the seventh day, today is September 7th, but technically the seventh day, or September 7th, came in last night, or when the sun set last night, which is technically what they would not technically call the 6th. All right, so and also is relevant because I also mentioned the harvest at camp this past camp, and it makes perfect sense, because as you know, when you go into the depth, I'm going to bring out some two scripts, and when you go into the word harvest, the harvest is something that you reap what you sow. Okay, that's the definition of harvest. You reap what you sow, and obviously, what do you reap is the crops that you planted in the beginning of the harvest season, which would be the springtime, around that time, and that's a law according to the scriptures too, or the Most High, is that you have the seventh week of the year, or the 7 weeks after the Passover, all right, which is 49 to 50 days, would be the feast of first fruits. Okay, which the feast of first fruits goes into basically an order from the Most High, which basically brings in the seasons of us planting crops or crops or fruits and vegetables, whatever have you, cultivating the land to plant our foods or plants to later reap them later. All right. And when you plant those crops around the feast of first fruits, you reap them and you gather them between the months of August and November. That's the reaping season. Okay, so again, you plant, right, and then you reap what you've planted. And so to correlate this with the Most High and the Son, is that the Lord Yahushai, what you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, he is the grim reaper. Why? Because what is he going to reap in the last days? Well, nothing more than souls, bodies, so to speak. All right, which means that at the last days, the Lord is a true grim reaper, because people are ripe for judgment. People are ripe for judgment, which judgment is death. Why? Because why does death come into play? Because sin is the wages of death. All right, and in this current world we're living now, in this realm, this whole world is orchestrated by by wickedness, which brings sin, which brings death. Okay, sin is the wages of death. Wickedness, like it says in the last chapter of Romans 6:6 and 23, I believe. Wickedness drives sin, which brings death. And America's all about wickedness, man. And this whole world's about wickedness. Let me get the first script. Then I'm going to get into the precepts. This is Matthew's. I believe it's Matthew, so St. John, proving that this whole world is wicked. And again, you can't I'll try to say, the only reason we die is because we sin. We're not perfect. So you can't bring forth, death can't come to play without sin first. And sin doesn't come into play without you being wicked. Okay? So this is a sinful world, man. We die because we sin, because why? We're subject unto sin under these bodies, man, which proves that we can't have these bodies in the kingdom to come when the Lord saves us, man. He would have to give us new bodies. Okay? Okay, so this is St. John 7:6. This is out of the Lord's mouth. It reads, Then Yahushua said unto them, My time is not yet come, but your time is always ready. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. Okay, and to testify of something means that you are a witness to it. You're the only one who knows of that crime, or should I say, you're the only one that can testify or witnessed or saw whatever is coming into question. You're the only one that can speak about it because you saw it. So that would make you testify, okay? Which further goes into testicles, to truly testify. But going back to the word, again, testify, which means you're the only one who has that knowledge of to speak of whatever you're speaking of. So in case of the Lord, Yahushua, he's the only one, of course, who can speak of the world. He created the world. So he testifies of the world that is wicked. All right, he's saying that he has which wit means what? Testify goes back to the word wit, which wit means having the knowledge of or the understanding of. Okay. So when you testify and you're a witness to a crime, you can only testify because you saw it. You saw the crime, you witnessed the crime, which means you understand it. You have full knowledge of it. So the Lord has full knowledge of this world because he created it. He has full understanding of the world. So he can easily say not easily, he knows that this current world right now, if he's not here ruling, is evil. The world can hate you. So the world can't hate us. You really hate the Lord. All right. So it says, but me it hateth, right? Because you hate the Lord, because I testify of it, that the works thereof are evil. So anything that this world produces is really under wickedness. And what does this world produce? And who's behind the producing is Esau, the so-called white man. All right. He's the one who calls the shots, legislates laws, sets up governments, breaks down governments, manipulates war, uses propaganda to countries to go to war. So all the works, and then as far as works and businesses, everything you see before is got by ill-got gain, and especially America, they were founded in wickedness, man, by the transatlantic slave trade, and by the blood shed and tears of our people, by free labor, so to speak, by our people, getting paid 1,000% profit. Okay, so these people made an insurmountable amount of money, man, off our blood, and because of that, scriptures say, "Woe unto them that buildeth another man's house with their money," something to that effect in the Apocrypha. And this is woe unto them in Habakkuk, or in Numbers, woe unto them that buildeth a house with blood, because it defileth the land. But anyway, Salak, that's why this world evil. It says, go you up into his feast. All right. I go not up yet into this feast, for my time is not yet full come. All right. So that was it for that. All right. Let me get the precepts now. All right. my cat when they join in this. Get out of here, man. All right. Anyway. All right. So now let's go to the precepts. And I did have something else I forgot. Again, once again, I'm gonna go to Joel, and I'm gonna go to finish in Revelation 14. So let's go to Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay, Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, I think I missed. I wanted to say something. Again, you know, one of the tabernacle. I mean, memorial blowing trumpets. That's where we're in right now. And I forget what I was gonna say. I'm gonna read this scripture. Okay, because again, the Lord is a true grim reaper. All right, everybody's on this planet Earth is evil, which means what in wickedness, which means you can't be judged to death without being wicked first. Okay, and that's what we're ripe in. We're ripe in a world that this whole world, the current world you know today, has 8 billion people. 8 billion people, roughly, estimated on planet Earth, man. And most of you people have come back in the spirit, ordained by the Most High and His Son to receive that judgment, man. All right, throughout all times and generations, we are reincarnated to receive that last great judgment, man. You know, just like in the time of Noah. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 9. It reads, and it points in, I think, 14 or 15, or 13. So I'm going to start from 9. Joel 3 and 9. Okay, it reads, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, which that Gentiles there represents the heathen nations, not non-Israelites, the non-chosen. Okay, you heathen nations, right? So it says proclaim ye among the Gentiles. Proclaim means to say out loud. All right. Proclaim thee amongst the heathens. Prepare war. Okay. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. And that's what we're doing. You know, we're preparing war because we're ushering in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai. And with that, you know, with a kingdom coming into play or to power, you know, it has to be established. And a kingdom cannot be a kingdom without it being fought for first. And I went to that in the show. If you didn't see it already, go check out the show called Kingdom. It goes into the whole definition of a kingdom, which the kingdom, the etymology of the word kingdom proves that a kingdom is not a kingdom unless you fight for it. All right, because it's a province, it's a landmass that you have to establish, you know, and claim by conquering that territory first. Okay. And this planet, it will be the Lord's territory, joint areas with the elect. All right. Now, again, so we're preparing war to claim the territory of planet Earth unto our Lord Yahweh Shai. Well, He will. Okay. Because, again, you don't claim land without war. Okay. So it says, let all the men war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords. All right, your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Okay, all the countries, so the plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, meaning the plowshares and the pruning hooks are all instruments of farming, all instruments of cultivating the land. You know, making sure the soil is soft and whatever have you, so you can plant your seeds. You know. But all these instruments that are used to cultivate the land and plant, because when you plant and you cultivate the land, what does that signify? That also symbolizes slavery, a worker. So all these other nations were slaves and workers to who? To the mother of harlots. All right, the Babylon the Great. Okay. So there were slaves, there were workers and pruning hooks for America, Babylon the Great. And now the Lord is saying, turn your pruning hook and all your tools for slavery, for what? For war. And that's what they've done. All these countries that are used to be, I mean, totally dominated by America, are not as dominated by America no more. They have more leeway. Now they have a little leeway where they can, you know, talk their shit now. They can stick their chest out, you know, and actually criticize and demonize America, man. Actually belittle them. They're mocking America now. You have North Korea or whatever South Korea is saying they can shoot missiles here in 25 minutes and take out Chicago. They're warning them, if you ever mess with us, we'll bomb you, and all these things, man. All these war rhetorics coming from India, Iran, Afghanistan, it's Russia, China, you know, Japan. Well, Japan's allies with America, but still, you know, Brazil, Venezuela. It says, and assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause your mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. And Yahweh Shaphat, or Jehoshaphat, is Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew, which means the valley of decision. Okay, or the valley of judgment. All right. The valley of judgment, because judgment again is death. All right, and ultimately that's what the Lord's the Grim Reaper, the original Grim Reaper, he has our sharp sickle, right, which he's gonna reap many bodies, man, in these last days. Why? Because you people are ripe for death, ripe for destruction. All right, and again, the sickle, I forgot to mention in the beginning of the show, a sickle is an instrument you use to reap and gather the crops that you planted in the beginning, in the, let's say in the first fruits, you know, 7 weeks after the Passover, or in the planting season, you know. So use a sickle to cut and to gather, you know, the wheat and all that kind of stuff. All right, for you to eat, obviously. So the sickle represents cutting, right, taking, gathering, and again, this world is ripe for the Lord to reap all these souls to death, you know, and only the elect is not going to be reaped. They're going to be taken in these chariots to be saved. You know, we're the good fruit that are being picked. All the other ones are the bad ones, man. It says, again, it says, put ye in the sickle for put ye in the sickle, all right? For the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. You see? Why is it this sickle and reaping being synonymous with wickedness? Why? Because again, it says, for put ye in the sickle, right? To cut and to take, for the harvest is ripe. What harvest? All the stuff, the people on planet Earth. They're ripe for what? Come you down, and for the press is full. All you people are full. The fats are overflowing. When you have a wine press, you have a wine press with grapes. It's overfilled with grapes, the Lord's saying. All right? The fats overflow. The wickedness is great. All right? Multitudes in the valley of decision. Okay? For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Okay? So the decision is going to be what? The judgment. When you go to a courtroom, you get the verdict. That verdict is a decision, right? So the decision and the verdict of the Lord is death, all right, upon the wicked of this world, all right, for this lifetime and all your past lifetimes. And we're in the time of judgment, man. This is it. This is the end of the world, man. And the Lord's going to come back and reign. We're in that time. This is it. And so it says, right? It says, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And the sun represents wisdom, and the moon represents the knowledge. And all your wisdom and the knowledge in this world is not going to be able to explain all these upcoming events that's going to be done by Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, you're not going to have understanding to see why your crops are going away, why these plagues are coming upon, you know, why plagues of locusts are happening right now, these earthquakes and flooding and people losing their minds, and the spiritual power that the Lord is going to show on earth, the chariots of the Heavenly Father. You know, all your wisdom is not going to be able to explain the paradigm, the spiritual paradigm that the Lord's about to bring, man. Okay? And, you know, we truly believe you people aren't ready for the Spirit of the Lord, because it's going to warp your mind. It's something beyond what you even imagine, man. This world has never seen since the Lord has been here. People waking up from the dead. Great miracles of the Lord. It says, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. Okay, so that was the point there. And yeah, because the Lord's going to come back and save the elect and end the discussion. Now let's go to Revelation, last precept, Revelation 14. Oh, I got to get my other one. Revelation 14. Okay, and I'm just going to read all the way through the points in, I think, 15. Oh, man. That's Satan, boy. Dang. Man. Well, you know, Revelation 14 is out of my, man, you see? Man, hold on. See, I have Revelation 14 ripped out of here. You know what? Oh, you know what? Okay, okay, that's the spirit. So I can't start the whole 14, but I'll start from like 10. Okay? Because I got 10 on my page here. So this is Revelation 14 and 10. It says, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and the brimstones on the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb, Yahushai. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night. Okay, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Now let's bring that back. This ain't messing around and make my thing fell. Okay, now it says, and their smoke and their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night. All right, which talks about ultimately destruction of America by the intercontinental ballistic missiles that will be shot from all nations all over the world upon America, upon the lands, the shores of America, right, by way of World War III. Okay, and it says, and they have no rest day nor night. It says, who worship the beast and his image. And who is the beast? None other than the so-called white man. All right, none other than his, how should I say, the beast represents him in all his ways. Okay, and also and all his philosophies as well. You know, and the image represents basically, you know, the New World Order is his image. You know, the image is basically the New World Order as we know it right now. And him bringing in the chip, which the mark represents the chip. Okay, the mark of which is the charagma, which the cutting in the flesh literally represents the mark of the chip, the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification chip, which is the 666. All right, the number of man, because they have to actually, it's already in the Obama's plan, and it's already in Sweden and some countries around the world, and it's a chip that's going to be actually forced upon you and put in your skin by cutting into it. All right, and that chip represents the New World Order, and tangibly, the RFID chip represents the New World Order, plainly, man. That's the New World Order plans. That's the image. A one world government, one monetary system, one king or one governor, one belief, which is the belief of Satan. Okay? And again, the beast represents the so-called white man, the red man, the dragon. Okay, his beastly philosophies, his debauchery, and his understanding, because his understanding is beastly. Even he's the lowest being on the face of the universe, even below natural beast. His ways are vile, like a beast, man. It says, okay. And it says, the beast and its image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Yeah, whose name? Esau, the devil's name. Okay? Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahushai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth, which represents what? The martyrs, the men of the Lord. Okay? All right? Blessed are they. It says, Yea, this saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, right? And their works do follow them. And what are their labors? Our labors are, Lord, what you see right now, doing videos, all right, fasting and praying, going out in highways and byways and waking up our people and preaching to our people, the nation of Israel. All right, teaching our people, warning our people, prophesying ultimately to our people, starting with the name of Yahweh Shemai Shai and everything that comes with that, which number one is the spirit of prophecy. All right. So those men, those are the labors that we're building our spiritual bank account in the heavens. Right. That's what the scriptures say. Build your treasures up in the heavens. Something to that effect. Lay your treasures up in the heavens. All right, all the work that we do, which is ultimately confessing the name of the Lord by way of prophecy, right? We're building that spiritual bank account of salvation. All right. Okay, so we getting paid, man. Okay. And what's that bonus? Is that crown? That crown, man, of being a king in his kingdom, being a governor, a king in Yahweh Shemini Shai's kingdom, being crowned. Okay, this is what we're doing this for, man. Okay, now it says, all right, no, get out of here, man. Okay, so to finish off, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, said the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. That's the point. And that's Lord Yahweh Shai. Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay, he has a golden crown with a sharp sickle. Okay. And it says, and another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, which is that chariot of the Lord, thrust in thy sickle and reap. Right, he's on a chariot, and he's going to thrust in his sickle, right, in what? To the people that are ripe for death, ripe for destruction, right? And it says, which is the wicked of the earth. So it says, thrust in thy sickle and reap, right, which means to gather. So for the time has come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe, right? And he says, so it's all about planet Earth, not no land piece of a farm area. Earth is a land. Earth is ripe for destruction of the Lord, man. Earth is ripe for souls to be put to death of their wickedness. It says, and he's that son in the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And it says, and another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, and he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had the power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had a sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for the grapes are fully ripe. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs. And basically what that describes is that the Lord, with the golden crown, had a sickle, and angels said unto him, and you see another angel had a sickle too, which is again a cutting instrument for reaping in your plants that you planted in the beginning of the harvest, and now you're going to reap them. Time to gather your crops. So again, the planet Earth is reap and ripe for people on Earth, 8 billion people, 8 souls, or somewhere around that, to be fitted for destruction, to be reaped by the grim reaper himself, Yahweh Shai, unto death. Okay, and again, the only ones who are not going to be reaped for death are the elect and the 1/3, the ones that believe in Yahweh Shemai Shai. So the Lord is the true grim reaper, and the harvest is ripe. So with that, I pray you edified. I pray the Lord was with this show. And in that, I would like to say, and like I said, it's relevant and beautiful because, wow, we're in a feast of the memorial of blowing the trumpets, right? Which is gathering, it deals with the harvest, man, which is gathering what we planted in the Feast of First Fruits. And right after Feast of Memorial of the Trumpets, right, we have a few days. On the 10th day, we have the Day of Atonement, which is coming up in a few days. And then we have on the 15th day, we have the Feast of Tabernacles, where all the food that we gathered from the Feast of Blowing the Trumpets, which is now 5 days prior, we gathering those foods up and we're having a feast now. Okay? So, hey man, it was time to feast onto the Lord, and the Lord's gathering us, man. You know? Anyway, with that, I pray you're edified, and until next time. So, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Kwakadash, the Wadi Yahweh Forgiving, Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle of GMS, double honors to Connecticut elders of GMS, and shalom to the brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying in the true name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Shalom.